Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Well, if you need a new Orioles jersey, stop by the team store. They have a plethora of choices. Here's our BGE Home game time temperature. BGE Home is Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? Well, the temperature has dropped to 76 degrees, but the humidity is all the way up now to 90%. Sauna-like conditions here at Camden Yards. Mostly cloudy skies, but the good news is the rain has stopped, so the Orioles and Astros getting set to play the middle game in this three-game series, and the Astros line up with Springer up top. Jose Altuve, a 13-game hitting streak. He has been on a tear, trying to extend it to 14, which would tie his career high. Reddick, Gurriel, and Gaddis, with Beltran DHing, then Bregman, Moran, and Marisnick.
Now let's take a look at Chris Tillman's pitch arsenal tonight. He has all four and then some, but the slider really proved to be the payoff pitch in his last outing. He's had a couple good outings here back to back. The last one came up with a big pitch, and it was a slider slash cutter that paid dividends. Jamming it in on the left-handed hitters, got a lot of weak contact. And Tillman hoping he can have that same pitch tonight. Helped him to 16 wins last season, that cutter did. See the numbers on Tillman on the year. Still all very elevated. Opponents hitting .342. And Orioles, of course, and Oriole fans hoping that Tillman is trending up. His last two starts pretty solid for the Birds. And he needs to have another gem tonight to shut down this potent Astros lineup.
Yeah, this Astros team, they hit top to bottom. They're all capable of hitting it out. And the other thing about this team, and we saw this a little bit last night, Mike, they use the entire field. You pitch it there, they're going to hit it there.
Absolutely. You know, something that has really hurt Tillman this year, the amount of runs he's given up in the first inning, 15 on the season. But his last two starts, he has not given up a run in the first inning, giving his team a chance to go in there. And, of course, the Orioles play much better baseball, and they're able to put that mark on the board first.
We are set to go as Springer walks to the plate. And last night, 3 out of 5, he singled in each of his final 3 at-bats. And he also stole a base. This Houston team will run. And after a rain delay, we are underway at Camden Yards, and ball one outside.
Springer about as dangerous a leadoff hitter as you're going to see in the game today. 9 leadoff home runs this season. Of course, the 27 home runs before the All-Star break. Pretty impressive All-Star first half for Mr. Springer.
Ball 2.
Tillman did have the 4 walks in his last start, so still the command a little shaky. But when he needed to come up with a big pitch, he did in the last outing. It was pretty impressive. Anytime it got close to being a jam, it was that cutter came up big, especially on the left-handed hitters. But the changeup as well. He really had all his pitches working in his last outing.
Line right to Tejada. Right on the nose, but right to Ruben for the out, and 1 down.
And he's going to need that solid defense. How about Chris Davis been flashing the leather over first base? He had the Gold Glove caliber first base. An unbelievable play over the shoulder. The big man getting extended and sacrificing the body. Take a look at the rest of the Oriole defense. Mancini, Jones, and Smith in the outfield. Tejada with a nice play on that line drive. Scope over at second. Machado at third base, and Castillo doing the catching tonight.
And here is Jose Altuve, the league's leading hitter at .352. He's already won a couple of batting titles in his career, on his way to a 3rd. And Tillman again misses badly outside, 1-0. Now, what happens when a pitch misses that badly? Just overthrows or overstrides, or the cleat got caught?
Yeah, definitely overthrows. You know, Tillman's had a problem this year, especially and Gausman as well. They both throw across their body, so at times they're inconsistent, but usually it's that arm side.
Line to left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So Altuve just keeps it going, and he ties his career high with a 14-game hitting streak with a first-inning single.
He just is a machine up there. And take a look, Tillman showing some inconsistencies with command, but tell you what, Altuve, if it's around the plate, he's going to be hacking. He's a free swinging guy and knows how to get the barrel to the baseball. How about that on base streak of 24 games?
And that gets Josh Reddick up with a man on. Reddick is in left field tonight. He played right field last night. First year with the Astros and having a good year. And that's almost a redundant statement when you talk about the Astros when you look at their lineup. I mean, this team, and Reddick is a big part of this, he's batting .303. They lead the major leagues in batting average, home runs, and runs scored. 566 runs. 36 more than the Nationals, who lead the National League.
Yeah, it is a potent offense. Yeah, there's power all the way through. I mean, just about everybody hit the long ball. So, of course, Reddick, you talked about him enjoying success here with the Astros. This is a career year for him, some of the numbers he's putting up.
Lays off the high fastball, 1-1. Well, the Astros, when they were bad, they drafted well. And they broke it down. They traded off some assets for prospects, and not only got prospects, they got several prospects that were high end. And then last year, when they didn't make the playoffs, remember the year before they surprised everybody and win. They shifted a little bit in their focus and went out and got some veterans. And I think that really has made an impact. There's this guy to the left that's playable for Mancini. And Trey has it and 2 men down. So you take some of the pressure off those younger players, even though they're younger players like Correa. They're stars already, but still you bring in guys like Beltran, who's been through it before and understands it's a long year. You're going to have those lulls, which they haven't had a lot of, but it's made a difference.
Oh, it absolutely does. And anytime you're going to see a championship caliber team, there are veterans, solid veterans mixed in there. The veterans they brought over, obviously proven track records. Beltran, postseason hero a number of years ago, but an incredible career at the major league level, and he can only do good things for this ball club.
Yuli Gurriel now, and he'll take a strike. Gurriel homered in the first inning last night on a fly ball to left that I think Trey Mancini still can't figure out how that ball got out. Off the bat, it looked like a routine fly ball, and it kept on going.
It sure did. A career game last night for Gurriel. 4 hits in the ball game, including that 2-run home run you're talking about. There's a slider from Tillman. Now can adjust the break on that pitch. And what he did in his last start, that the sweeping type slider, and then kind of manipulate the cut to make it a little smaller and more lateral. Let's drive it on the outside corner. Yeah, real good with the command with that pitch in his last outing.
And he fouls it back, so the count to 1-2. Now the difference with Tillman on the mound tonight versus Ubaldo last night is Tillman controls the running game. So Altuve, even though he has 20 steals and is tied for 3rd, Ubaldo, of course, has a real difficult time. Last night, 2 stolen bases against him, and now 14 out of 18 attempts on the year. But Tillman much quicker to the plate.
Yeah, that certainly is a big factor. Trying to keep this Astros team stationary, base to base.
And he got him. He chased it outside, so Tillman a strong start. Base hit a man left. We head to the bottom of the 1st. Here come the Birds. and Strands Altuve. And here's the Orioles lineup brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Jones, Machado, and Scope with Davis in the cleanup spot. Then Trumbull, Mancini, and Smith. Castillo bats 8th. And Ruben Tejada in that number 9 spot. We talked about it on our open, the boost at the bottom of the lineup. 429 in his last 8 games. That is a big, big plus for this Orioles team.
Colin McHugh going to have a tough chance here. Cut through this Oriole lineup. His first start of the year. Take a look at his pitch arsenal from last season. And the cutter proved to be a big pitch for him as well. Much like Tillman, that kind of a go-to pitch. Can work both sides of the plate. See the numbers from last year. The 13 wins. The earned run average a little bit higher. His highest earned run average since joining the Astros. A good first 2 years. And he can certainly spin the baseball.
Ball 1 to Adam Jones. Adam has been on a tear. You see, went 1 for 5 last night. Now he's hitting 4 straight games and has 7 RBIs in those 4 games. He's also had 3 consecutive multi-RBI games. There are the numbers in the hitting streak.
Q missing 3 months with an elbow impingement.
Well, McHugh now 30 years old. He's out of Lilburn, Georgia, in his 6th season. He came up with what they described as a dead arm in spring training. And then he went on the DL. Eventually it was diagnosed as a right elbow posterior impingement. And that sounds serious. Adam pops it up. Altuve at second base has a play. And 1 away here in the Oriole first. Well, first innings are tough for a lot of pitchers, and it certainly was for McHugh last year.
Yeah, McHugh a down year for sure. Well, he had 13 wins with a 4.34 earned run average. Big reason why the 6.40 earned run average in the first inning last year. Yeah, one of the tops in all of baseball. The Orioles hoping to keep that trend going. Trying to get to him here in the first.
Well, Wade Miley on that list. Wade will start next in Tampa on the road trip that begins on Monday. Manny Machado now, 1 out, nobody on. And there's a slider. 1-0.
Yeah, pretty tight slider, likes the curveball, and he uses all 3 pitches. That fastball, slider, curve, all about the same, equal distribution. Actually brought over a few years ago because the Astros really liked his spin rate. The Mets were going to send him away. They liked his spin rate on his breaking ball, so he got the sharp bite on the curve.
Manny fouls it back. 2-1 on Machado.
Well, let's take a look at the Astros defense. Reddick, Marisnick, and Springer in the outfield for the Astros tonight. Bregman and Altuve up the middle. Of course, Correa on the DL for about the next 6 to 8 weeks. So Bregman filling in at shortstop. Moran, big night last night. A rookie first game, hit his first career major league home run and triple in last night's ball game.
Check swing. They appeal the first. Danny went. Manny does not agree. Mike Winters says you went. That's strike 2.
Take a look. Another slider on that outside corner. Boy, tough to make that call. Buck shaking his head. I don't think he went either.
Upstairs for ball 3.
Also likes to work the top of the zone with the 4-seamer. And he'll drop that big 12-6 curveball. Seems like the pattern that the Astros use. They like the off-speed pitches. They like to spin the baseball. And the fastball more of a show type pitch. Show it to him about eye level and then work the off-speed off that.
And he just got a piece on a terrific off-speed pitch.
It's only 76 miles an hour. And when you talk about the spin rate, especially on a curveball, it gets to the apex of the break right there at the top, and then it has a real strong finish. And that's why that spin rate comes into play so much. You want a curveball that bites hard at the end. Hughes typically does.
And Manny fights it off, so he's about to see an 8th pitch now coming up in this at bat. McHugh 4 rehab assignments before reporting here. He had been placed on the 60-day DL, so he's activated today. There's Brent Strom, his pitching coach, who will be watching him very closely. And he walks, and there's a 1-out walk. Well, last year, the last time, in fact, McHugh faced the Orioles, it was August 19th, and the Orioles had a wonderful time in the first inning.
I'll say they did. Adam Jones hitting the home run. How about Manny Machado going deep as well? Chris Davis joining the home run party. They're not done yet. Mark Trumbo. Oh, yeah. 4 home runs against McHugh. He's had some problems with the Birds. Take a look at that line. No decision, but 3 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. And those 4 home runs.
Yeah, it was 5-0 by the end of the bottom of the first because of the home runs. Here's Jonathan Schoop, and he'll take a strike. Another multi-hit game last night. Jonathan now with a 4-game hitting streak. Leads the Orioles 33 multi-hit games. And he leads the Orioles in multi-RBI games with 17. He's got Machado at first with 1 down. Real good slider, 0-2.
Boy, it was. That's a nasty break on the end. Let's take a look at the Mercedes pitch cast here. The high fastball for strike 1 and the power slider. Starts on that outside corner and breaks about a foot off the edge. You know, it's a good pitch. Jonathan Schoop reaching for it. He's been locked in just about all season long, especially this month.
0-2 on Schoop. And that time he wouldn't chase. So Gaddis went to the same pitch, and that time Jonathan let it go by for a ball. McHugh has 43 big league wins. He is 43-34. The majority of that with the Astros. McHugh was drafted originally by the Mets back in 2008, and he was an 18th round pick. He grew up in Georgia. He's from Lilburn, Georgia, and he went to Berry College in Mount Berry, Georgia. And when he made it to the big leagues, he was the first player to go through that program to reach the major leagues. And I got to believe he's probably the only player from Mount Berry College.
You know, they were very happy.
Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch.
There's that slider again. Now that go-to pitch. So he can adjust the break on it as well. So you see that nice dive bombing traditional slider there at the end. Late sharp break. He can kind of manipulate the cut and make it more of a lateral move as well. Pretty impressive slider there.
Here's Chris Davis, 2 down with Machado at first. Chris having a tough homestand. And the breaking ball there for a strike, 0-1. McHugh in his career averages about 8 strikeouts per game and walks about 2.5. So those are very good averages. Manny takes his lead with 2 down and the shift on. And it's outside for a ball. Our StatCast powered by AWS. You see Moran, the third baseman, over at shortstop. Bregman, the shortstop, over on the second base side. Altuve now deep in the hole, and Gurriel holding Manny.
Early in the ball game yesterday, when Chris Davis saw that shift, he had a couple bunt attempts.
Swings through a fastball, 1-2.
Cutting that one loose, and the slow breaking ball, of course, helping that fastball play up. It's an average fastball, low to mid 90s. He'll hit 94, 95 at times, but likes to work in the low 90s with the heater.
And lays off the changeup. Well, McHugh has had a lot of success with the Astros. In fact, Mike, if you go back and combine his record over the past 2 years, 32-17, more wins than any right-handed pitcher in the American League combined in the past 2 years. That's 15-16. That one's lined to the gap in right center field. Knuckleball for Marisnik, and he can't make the play. Machado to third, and on at first is Davis with a knuckleball single. So the O's have runners on the corners and 2 down.
Oh, nice piece hitting right there by the Crusher. He stays on this breaking ball, really tracks it with the eyes very well, gets a bat head to it. Yeah, it was knuckling out there. And Marisnik taking kind of the serpentine route to come try to flag that one down. Clanks it off the glove and lands on the baseball and then ends up spiking it back in the infield. Almost got away from Bregman.
Machado at third with Davis at first and 2 down. Chance for the O's to get an early lead with Trumbo up. Mark at 249. He's got a 2-game hitting streak going and also has an RBI in back-to-back games. So a chance to make it 3 straight with a base hit here. Slider for a strike, 0-1.
Orioles been real good with runners in scoring position. The numbers for Trumbo, pretty impressive himself, especially the 2 outs, couple home runs, 21 RBI. We're talking about the Orioles play much better, or have a better winning percentage when they score first. 28-13 this season when they make the first mark. And this opportunity for him here.
Mark on the homestand is just 6 for 31. That's a 194 clip, but he does have a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs. So he has been contributing. Orioles have been on a tear since Monday with the bats. And the breaking ball misses inside, so 3 consecutive breaking balls to Trumbo.
Well, that's his game plan. More off-speed pitches than fastballs. Like we talked about, helping that fastball play up, and he's moving around pretty well. Top of the zone, he's changed eye levels, hasn't made many mistakes on the plate.
Well, he got a lot of it, but he pulled it foul.
That was the mistake. Stayed in the middle of the plate. Trumbo just a hair too quick on the slider.
McHugh made his big league debut with the Mets in August of 2012. And the Mets eventually would trade him to Colorado in June of 2013 for Eric Young. He came up as a second baseman and utility man now. And he got him. Real good breaking ball. So Trumbo down on strikes, and that ends the threat. Bird Strand 2. We head to the second. No score.
.29-20 record, ranking 3rd in the American League, and batting average at 11th. But how about the home run hit? Yeah, this slugging team has pounded out 78 home runs, tied for 2nd. The problem is they've given up 73. That's tied for 13th in the American League, so they're almost giving back as many as they're hitting. Orioles hoping they can turn that around here against the Astros. They have been hitting the long ball here recently. Boy, have they been on a stretch. A couple games here on this homestand where they've pounded out 4 home runs.
Yeah, 11 home runs total for the Orioles since Monday. So in 5 games, Tillman had a very efficient 12-pitch 4-batter first inning. He'll go to work here on Evan Gattis, who is catching tonight. Beltran on deck, then Bregman. And there's a line drive and a base hit over the glove of Scope. And Gattis first ball swinging, and he's on with the leadoff single.
Fastball getting all over the knuckles. You could hear the bat break. But Gattis, strong like bull, able to force it up over Jonathan Scope's head in the middle of the infield for the knock.
So Gattis has a modest 3-game hitting streak now with that base hit. Here's Beltran, who moves down to number 6 tonight. He is DHing. Hitting just .229, but he's got 12 home runs. And he'll take a strike. Tillman in search of his 2nd win. He won in his season debut against the White Sox on May the 7th. And you see the shift is on against Beltran. Manny, the only infielder on the left side. Upstairs with a fastball, 1-1. Beltran, of course, his 2nd tour through Houston. One of the veterans that they brought in that felt that would help the balance, and it certainly has. He's 40 years old and still playing. Oh, a nice block there by Castillo. Saved the wild pitch.
Real nice play right there. Yeah, Tillman's yanked a few pitches here in the early part of the ball game, especially with the fastball, yanking it across the body. Right here, Castillo have to reach into the backhand side, save it from getting to the backstop. Nice little play right there. Of course, like always, the eyes come right up to the runner, always looking to throw behind.
Missed badly there. Ball 3. Beltran was drafted in 1995. And you see his career numbers, .433. He's got Gattis at first with nobody down. Gattis not a threat to steal. Yeah, you mentioned the fine start from Tillman on Monday against Texas. Just 1 run in 6 innings, but the 4 walks did jump out because even though he pitched really well and got out of a jam or 2 along the way, the command wasn't as sharp as he would like or as sharp as he's capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kind of been struggling with that, the feel for the baseball, all season long since coming off the disabled list. And at times he looks like he's going to be a little bit sharper, and then 1 inning it might fall off a little bit.
Gattis went on 3-2 and fouled back by Beltran, so A.J. Hinch puts him in motion to avoid the double play.
The 3-2 cutter right there from Chris Tillman. Just a little bit of movement, keeping it on the plate.
So an extended at bat. Beltran about to see the 7th pitch from Tillman.
So this type of situation, if Beltran does hit it on the ground, infielder's going to say give it up anyway. They want to try to get that force at second base. Mentioned Gattis not fast.
Swing and a miss. Throw to second by Castillo. The tag. He is out. And a strikeout, throw out, double play. Even with the throw on the other side, a very quick tag by Tejada. 2 men down.
Yeah, nice play all the way around. Nice pitch by Chris Tillman with the 3-2 count. Payoff pitch. And how about Castillo making the throw? Just getting it out of the glove down to Tejada, knowing that the throw just has to get out to second base. Gattis trying the fancy footwork, but Tejada keeping the glove on the leg. Come out with the 2nd out.
So nicely done. Ruben Tejada is really settling in. He's hitting well and he's playing very well defensively. There's Alex Bregman, swing and a miss.
Well, Tillman, boy, when he's at his best, he can work that little cut fastball and then ride the 4-seamer to the top of the zone. Looks like a good pitch to hit, but Tillman carrying a little extra life up through the top.
Well, 5 consecutive batters he has been strike 1. In his career, he's averaged about 3 walks per game. This year, he's averaging about 5. So certainly the long time on the DL and working his way back. And another one badly thrown inside, and it hits him. Just did get a piece. Tillman didn't think it hit him.
Boy. He has had some bad misses here early on. Take a look at Castillo setting up down and away. Just undressing Bregman there. 93-mile-an-hour fastball popping a couple buttons on the jersey.
So a 2-out base runner. The hit batsman extends the inning. Here's Colin Moran, who came up from AAA for last night's game. RBI triple, solo home run for his first major league home run. I'm sure his uncle B.J. Surhoff was pretty happy, even though it came against the Orioles for his nephew. Big moment in the family.
Yeah, I talked to BJ today. He came to the ballpark and he said he was happy that he got a start, an opportunity to play, and then obviously a little extra with the home run and the triple. That just helps his confidence and help him settle in. He's had a couple stints prior, not this year, but last season at the big league level, but didn't get off to that good start, so didn't feel very confident.
There's a lazy line drive, another knuckleball looked like. And it falls for a base hit, and Bregman easily will make it to third. So the hit batter prolongs the inning, and Houston has first and third and 2 men down. Well, after tomorrow's home game against the Astros, it's time for Kids Run the Bases, presented by Wise Markets. All fans ages 4 through 14 can run the Oriole Park bases just like their favorite birds. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Youngsters like those 2 young ladies can get out there and run. It is a very popular event here.
It really is. Boy, the kids love it. I don't know how much the parents like it because they're lined up around the stadium at the end of the ball game. It's a good time for the kids for sure.
Mike, you know how it is. You have about 17 kids. When you got to do something for your children, you enjoy it.
That's exactly right.
Here's Marisnik. And just missed outside, 1-0. Well, the Orioles had first and third, 2 down, bottom of the first, couldn't get a hit. Tillman trying to prevent the Astros from getting the lead here with Bregman at third and Colin Moran at first.
Well, he did a nice job minimizing the damage in his last outing, coming up with the big pitch when he needed to.
And he popped them up shallow center. So Tillman will get out of it. Adam Jones waits. And the one-handed catch will end the second. 2 hits, a hit batsman, 2 left. Mid-second, no score. Won $500 for being selected and will win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit in the game tonight. You can play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs and win up to $50,000, or enter your non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/homerun.
Right between innings, Buck Showalter and Manny Machado. Manny a little concerned right there. A little game strategy potentially. Yeah, something to think about. Defensive alignment as Astros get on base.
Mancini takes a breaking ball for ball one. Trey at 304 on the year. He's had a 7-for-29 homestand with 1 home run. Facing Colin McHugh for the first time. McHugh is a very talented person, Mike. In fact, he is an established musician, and not just with one instrument. I mean, this guy is really diversified. He plays the guitar, he plays the saxophone, he can play the drums, bass clarinet, and the ukulele. And he's very good at all of them. That's pretty impressive.
Sure is. Does he need a lead singer?
Yeah, because you'd be very good for that, the way you sing during commercial breaks. Center field, that chases Marisnik. Boy, that ball carried all the way to the warning track, but Marisnik is there and 1 down. Fans, lock in your Birdland summer with 2 great fan giveaways. It features the Birds All-Star second baseman. On Tuesday, August 1st, all fans receive a Jonathan Scope t-shirt. And then on August the 5th, first 25,000 fans 15 and over receive a Jonathan Scope bobblehead presented by Ocean City, Maryland. For your tickets, Orioles.com. Call 888-848-BIRD. And here is Seth Smith, who did not start last night despite a right-hander on the mound. He just fires a reverse split guy, so Joey Rickard got the start.
And Seth's been pretty hot for the Orioles. And some home runs here lately. We're talking about the Orioles like to hit their home runs here. Well, Smith, 8 of his 11 home runs hit right here at Camden Yard.
McHugh has struck out 2. He walked Machado in the first. Facing Seth Smith, who's got a 5-game hitting streak going, batting .450 in the streak. 3 home runs in 8. And it hit him. Plunked him on the back. So 1 out base runner. 3 home runs and 4 RBIs during the streak.
McHugh knew that one right when he released it. Gaddis was setting up and away. And, we've seen a few balls from both starters get yanked across the zone. And Smith paying for that one.
So each team has had base runners in each at bat. And here's Wellington Castillo, who did not catch last night. And Caleb Joseph likely will catch tomorrow with the day game. Castillo's bat has come on the homestand. This is the 9th game of the 10-game homestand, and it's the 6th start for him. And there's the shift on against Castillo. They shift everybody. If Mike Bordick went back for another at-bat, they'd shift on him.
Probably to the other side, though.
Borderline pitch, 0-2 on Castillo, who's hitting 5 in a row, 8 for 18 during the streak.
You see his hits by direction, and the reason why the Astros shift, and only 8 hits to right field. Wellington likes to drive the ball to center, but primarily pull hitter.
And he got him on a breaking ball. So a 3-pitch strikeout, 2 away.
Boy, he has thrown some nasty curves. Take a look at this one. Looking like it's going to be right in the middle of the plate. Just dive bombing at the end. Castillo out in front.
So that's that spin rate you're talking about right there.
Absolutely, boy.
You can really see it on the middle replay there.
Probably making noise as it's spinning up there.
Scope saying to Wellington, did you get that pitch I swung and missed? They both had swinging strike threes. It's pretty nasty, huh? Well, here's Ruben Tejada, who suddenly is red hot in that number 9 spot. That's a bloop. They're playing shallow with Springer, and he has it for the out. So hit batsman, 1 left through 2. Pitchers in command, no score. Is brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever in You, and by the University of Maryland Medical System. Be part of something greater. Bottle stopper, infielder bottle stopper set tonight. Machado, Hardy, Scope, and Davis. A fan happy to have that. That's a pretty cool idea.
It sure is. Boy, they have some unbelievable giveaways here at Camden Yards. JJ, one of the bottle stoppers. He's on the men and been taking some ground balls this homestand.
And I'm sure they're all trying to figure out who looks more like themselves. Like when bobbleheads come out. Springer, a big healthy cut and a miss.
Oh, nice pitch right there. Just enough bend to get it on that outside corner. Springer trying to bridge Tillman right there. Leaving that front side. Opening up the edge for the breaking ball.
And quickly 0-2. Altuve's on deck, and then Josh Reddick. Tillman has been amazingly consistent when you look at his career. 75 wins, 36 here, 37 on the road. That's pretty amazing that it's that close when he's in his 9th season. Pitchers usually like either pitching on the road or home or dominate one spot. Not him. He's been consistent. Springer protecting the outside corner, stays alive at 0-2.
Let's try a couple good fastballs there on the outside corner. Working that outer edge. Definitely an opportunity to play that cut fastball right here. And Springer showing he's going to chase. You see the second and third fastballs up and away. He's swung at.
Check the swing, so the count to 1-2. Now Springer's from Connecticut, and he was drafted out of high school, but his family has a legacy at the University of Connecticut. His dad went there, his mother went there. They were both athletes at the school, and he decided to go to UConn as well. It worked out really well because after his junior year, he became a first-round pick of the Astros. So more stature as he went into pro ball. 1-2 pitch is low, 2-2. And he was in the Big East Conference. Trey Mancini at one time when he played at Notre Dame played in the Big East Conference. Notre Dame now is in the ACC.
Right.
Now they move all over the place. But back then, back in the day, and UConn's no longer in the Big East either. But he wanted to go to college because his parents both went there.
Understandable. I know UConn had a pretty good baseball program back then. They had 3 or 4 guys drafted off that team.
The Big East Conference, for being a Northeast mostly conference, they actually have some good players coming out. St. John's has some nice ones coming out. Joe Panik of the Giants went to St. John's and Queens. 2-2 is line. Caught by Machado. He robs George Springer. What a play by Manny.
Man, oh man.
Springer has hit 2 blistering line drives, and he's 0 for 2.
Let's take a look at Manny down at third base. Gets the feet going. What a play right there. The extendo arm reaching out, taking one away. It looked like it was headed to the outfield for sure. The key, that nice little pre-pitch by Machado. And that athleticism. How about the concentration on the bullet? Man, 2 hits taken away from Springer to start this ball game.
So Manny getting it done. Here's Altuve. Breaking ball misses low. Maybe that's what Buck was telling him on the bench. Now when Springer hits that ball, you make sure you get into the leap and make the play.
Yeah.
Scope is critiquing him. That's why he's laughing. Scope is saying, no, I would have done it better. Every time either of them makes a play, the other critiques the effort. And it goes on the entire game.
Yeah, oh yeah. They challenge each other defensively, offensively as well. Get the best out of each other for sure.
1-2 on Altuve, who singled his first at bat to extend his hitting streak to 14 consecutive games, which ties a career high. He's now 29 for his last 59 during this streak. 492 batting average. I mean, you'd have to say, I know there are a lot of really good hitters, but he's got to be the best overall hitter, because even though he's not a power hitter, he still has 14 home runs. He leads the league in base hits. Now has 129. Leads in batting average, has 35 multi-hit games.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Bouncer to Tejada. Ooh, tough in between hop. And Ruben plays it across, and 2 men down. The 2 down in the third. Here's our PNC minor league report. PNC for the Achiever and you, and one of Mike Bordick's favorite farmhands.
Oh yeah, Garibez Rosa, a super utility player. He can actually play every position on the field, but we're talking about his bat right now. I'm on Double-A Bowie, 314 batting average, 3rd in the Eastern League, and he is mashing the baseball. 122 hits, 1st in the Eastern League, and the 73 RBI. Are you kidding me? But 11 seasons in the minor leagues. Saw those huge numbers there. Over 1,000 hits, all with the Orioles in the minors.
He's been with the Orioles since he's 16 years old.
Yeah. Boy, should have an opportunity sometime soon. Keeps putting up those kind of offensive numbers. And here another pitch from Tillman, just getting away. And a breaking ball slipping out of the hand.
Well, it is very, very muggy, so maybe it's a little hard to keep that sweat from coming down your arm onto the hand, and as a result onto the baseball. Popped up foul. Manny over, hoping for a play, and he runs out of room. High five for a fan. That's great. What a memory for that young man. You know, it means so much to the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't care about the foul ball. They just want to get a good close look at Manny Machado, maybe a high five.
Popped up shallow right. Scope is there on the grass, and he's got it. Tillman has his first 3 up, 3 down inning. Well, it got started with George Springer coming up. Rips a line drive, but he hit it to number 13 for the out. Tampa Bay leading Texas 3-1 in the 6th. Chris Archer on the mound and pitching very well for the Rays. Cleveland has a 1-0 lead on the Blue Jays in the 7th, despite a strong start from Marcus Stroman, the Blue Jays. Red Sox and the Yankees out west. Red Sox and Angels. David Price coming off an outstanding effort against the Yankees his last start. And Masahiro Tanaka will go against Seattle. He's coming off an equally good start last week against the Red Sox. They had that 4-game series in the day-night doubleheader last Sunday. Boston with a 3.5-game lead on both the Yankees and the Rays. Orioles 8 back. Toronto's 10 off the pace. Ball 1 to Adam Jones. Machado and Schoop will follow.
Jones looking to get things going here at the top of this order. Second time through. See if we can put a little pressure on McHugh.
Left center field. Marisnik running it down. And instead it's the left fielder Reddick calling him off, and he makes the catch. Now Adam just missed and one down.
Pretty good pass right there from Adam Jones. He just got off the end of the bat. Reddick chasing it down to the warning track.
Well, it is heavy air right now with the 90% humidity. Manny Machado now, 1 out, nobody on. He drew a walk his first at bat. Here's the youngster that Manny gave the high five to and gave him a baseball as well. And he is a friend for life. Machado's gone 42 at bats without a home run. But he's been swinging the bat really a lot better and more consistently. In his last 17 games, he's batting at a .333 clip, so the hits are certainly there.
Yeah, I think he looks as good as he has all season long. He's quieter in the box, taking his walks, showing more patience. A nice walk in his first at bat. We're testing Manny right now, trying to work the edges of the plate, flipping everything up there, so he's going to be patient in his own zone.
Popped him up. Bregman, the shortstop. He puts it away in 2 quick outs. So here comes the Orioles' overall hottest hitter. And he is one of the hottest hitters, Mike, in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, he sure is. Most combined hits, runs, and RBI since July 16th. And Jonathan Schoop with 28. How about Adam Jones on the list as well? And Schoop, 13 RBI, leads Major League Baseball since Sunday. Yeah, he has been on a tear for sure. Some big home runs here on this homestand, but consistent bat. He's driving the ball all over the place.
Ball 1-2 tight. Schoop saw 3 breaking balls his last at bat, so he's probably thinking about that, and then the fastball runs in on him. And he comes back with the breaking ball and swings through it.
So hard up and in, soft down and away. The old school textbook how to pitch.
Well, last night Jonathan hit one out, 3-run shot in the 9th inning, number 20 on the year. So Scopey, 20 home runs now in back-to-back seasons.
What a swing that was too. Fastball down and away.
He's now tied for 3rd in the American League in RBIs with 67. He's well up on that list. And 3-1 with 2 outs and nobody on. Colin McHugh went to the Astros on a waiver claim. Weak ground ball, gloved by McHugh. He nearly slipped, but he regains his footing, gets it to first, and a 3-up, 3-down inning. We head to the 4th. O's and Astros, no score. Brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Well, the Flowers certainly didn't mind the rain. 58-minute rain delay before first pitch, but nice conditions now, although a tad on the muggy side. Chris Tillman retired 5 in a row. He's had back-to-back 11-pitch innings.
Occasional errant pitch, but aside from a few non-competitive pitches, he's had command of just about everything. Moving the ball around.
I need to correct myself. I had the scorecard upside down. McHugh has had back-to-back 11-pitch innings. But still, 41 pitches to get through 3 innings. Very pitch efficient.
A little help from the defense behind him as well. The Orioles have played some solid defense here on this homestand. Really helping out the pitchers. Really help lead to 3 consecutive quality starts from this rotation.
One and 2 on the swing and the miss.
There's a slider. 86 miles an hour. More tilt on that pitch. See the drop, but the location perfect on the outside corner. Well executed pitch.
Towards short. Tejada to his left. Gets up and throws and got him by a stride. Wow, another outstanding play by Ruben Tejada.
Yeah, sure was. Kind of recognized as the ball was getting on him that he didn't have the hop he wanted, so had to kind of take an extra step towards the outfield to get the angle. And a nice play. The ball gets into the glove. A little pirouette there on the dirt, and the strong throw over to Davis. He's made some fine defensive plays. This team filling in for J.J. Hardy on the DL with the fractured wrist.
Johnny Giavotella there to his right. The infielders hang out together.
Sure.
Here's Evan Gattis. Gattis singled his center field his first at bat, then was out trying to steal. Went on a 3-2 pitch, and the Orioles turned a strikeout, throw out, double play. Right at him with a fastball, 0-2.
Gattis in swing mode. He's seen 3 pitches from Tillman. First AB, a fastball inside, a little jam shot base hit. Swung at the last 2 fastballs. Chasing that one. Ended up about a foot up and out of the zone. And that Kai piece right there.
And again, too far outside.
Got some serious power as well. One of the many in this lineup with 10 or more home runs.
Can't get him to chase. 2-2. Well, what is encouraging with Tillman, Mike, going back to the start on Monday, no decision, but 6 innings, 1 run, and so far here tonight, very few base runners, and that had been Chris's problem after his debut on May the 7th. I mean, he's averaging 18.3 base runners per 9 innings, and that is so unlike Tillman. Usually it's a lot tougher to get on against him. Check swing and a called strike 3. And Schlinsky brings him up.
Nice slider there. And Gattis pulling off the baseball, so loses sight. Doesn't realize that it was a quality slider here. You see Castillo setting up down and away. That is a perfectly executed pitch right there. Gattis, that front hip leaves everything. Leaving the pitch. I couldn't believe it was a strike until he sees that video.
Hey, did I swing? Was it a strike? Oh, technology. Yep, you swung. Ball one to Beltran. It bounces in. And Tillman so far tonight 4 base runners in 3 2/3.
Well, Tillman, that all kind of comes back to the command. You know, Tillman really for a bunch of starts did not know where any of his pitches were going. He's just kind of fighting out the feel. Every start a grind. So on the other side of it, the offensive player just waiting out mistakes. So that batting average was up. You know, there were potential. I mean, there were walks coming from Tillman. Yeah, too many base runners.
Well, not only does it lead to more scoring opportunities against you, you have a lot of those high anxiety innings with men on base all over the place. Two and one, fastball misses high. There's this Astros team. They have had their way with the O's. They have won 7 in a row against Baltimore and 10 of the last 11 against the O's. A.J. Hinch now in his 3rd season as the Astros skipper. Pulled to first. Davis will glove and gets to the bag. So Tillman has back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings. Mid-4th, no score. Way on, and he talked about his decision to lay down that bunt.
You know, I know it's easy to sit back and say, well, you could have just hit a home run, but you know, lately it's been pretty much feast or famine, and you know, I thought it was an aggressive move. Obviously, I felt like that was my best shot in that at bat.
Chris Davis, you know, sounded like an offensive player a little bit in between. I think everybody would love to see the Crusher try to tie that ball game up with a big ball. He is the active home run leader since 2012 with 214 home runs. He is Crush Davis. You don't expect him to be trying the bunt attempts in the ball game. Earlier in the game he did. It was a different kind of game type situation. And I think Buck Showalter, those are the kind of things where you hope the player kind of understands that stuff. Well, Davis obviously didn't feel right in that situation. There's an opportunity with the whole left side open, much like this situation right now. And he said, well, I'm just going to try to get a bunt down and hopefully Trumbo hits the home run to win the ball game. Well, it didn't work out for Davis. And maybe next time he'll just try to backleg a ball, get it out of the ballpark.
Well, and his point was, and you do understand it, if he does get on, that brings Trumbo up as the winning run with 1 down. Unfortunately, he bunted it right back to the pitcher. So it was strategy-wise in his mind a good idea. He just didn't execute it. This one's lifted to right. Springer's there. And Davis retired, 1 down in the Oriole 4th. Well, don't forget the Orioles are back home. They'll open a 3-game series on Monday, July 31st. Kansas City is in town, and right now red hot Kansas City Game time, all 3 games, 7:05. And on Tuesday, August 1st, all fans will receive a Jonathan Scope t-shirt. Now, tickets start as low as $15 and are still available. So come on out, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. And it's a good-looking t-shirt.
Yeah, Jonathan Scope getting shirts, bobbleheads, all-star game this year.
Bottle stoppers.
Yeah, oh my gosh, everything.
Mark Trumbo takes a strike. He struck out his first at bat. 3 Ks for McHugh through the first 3 and a third. Tillman also has 3 strikeouts. Center field. Marisnick broke back and comes on in on the full swing. And 2 men down. Well, for every Orioles walk, CareFirst Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the American Diabetes Association. The Orioles have drawn 246 walks for a total of $12,300. CareFirst Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and a more active lifestyle. Here's Boom Boom with 2 outs and nobody on. Trey flied out to center field, his first at bat. Ooh, he had the breaking ball timed perfectly and fouled it back.
Yeah, he did. A little front door slider there. And Mancini sees it well. He's prepared for anything. I mean, he's about as ready to hit as any hitter in this Oriole lineup.
Jumper foul.
Something hitting coach Scott Coolbaugh preaches all the time. If you want to hit, you better be ready to hit. Expect everything. Get yourself into a good position. Wait for the hands to fire. You certainly have to see the baseball first. But even breaking balls, if there are mistakes on the plate, you don't have to take them first pitch of an at bat. If you see it well and you're in the proper position, let it fly. Boom Boom has been doing that this season.
Might be the best pitch you're going to get. It might happen to be just on that first pitch, and if you let it go by, you may not see another one. Especially with a guy like McHugh, who's got a pretty good command of all his pitches here tonight. Just 1 walk. That was back in the first. He did hit Seth Smith on a pitch that just got away inside. Chopper to short. There's Bregman. There's Charity Hop. And a 3-up, 3-down inning. Back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings for McHugh. We head to the 5th. No score.
It's game 2 of the 3-game set. A little bit of a pitcher's duel, but you can't have a good pitcher's duel without great defense. How about Manny Machado? Great first step, taking one away from Springer. Nice play by Machado. And how about Tejada? He has been exceptional at shortstop, filling it for Hardy. Another great first step. And how about the arm strength? He gets the hop he wants and cuts it loose across the infield, helping Chris Tillman put zeros up on the board. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Left side of the infield, helping Tillman out. And Tejada's made some sensational defensive plays. here on this homestand.
Alex Bregman will lead off. Moran and Marisnick to follow. Oh, left field, got a lot of it. Back on it is Mancini, and that ball is gone. And the Astros grab a 1-0 lead. Bregman's ninth, and that snaps the tie.
This is an aggressive offense. You make mistakes early, everybody's hacking up there. They're not waiting for any kind of walk. They're waiting to do some damage on the baseball. Bregman picking up his 9th home run. First pitch fastball down and in. Take a look. Steele wants it down and away. Leaks back over. Catches that inside corner. Look at Bregman staying short to it. Squares it up. He jumps out of there at left center.
12th home run allowed on the year for Tillman, and this is 13th start. But it's a solo. Here's Colin Moran. Moran was a first-round pick of the Marlins in 2013, and he was a 6th overall pick out of North Carolina, so he was highly regarded coming out of high school. He came in the trade from the Marlins that Jake Marisnick also came to the Astros. And Tillman falls behind 2-0. This Astros team, they have the best road record in all of Major League Baseball at 34-11. And Colin Moran comes up and just joins the fun. When Correa went on the DL, they just called up Moran, who was tearing it up in the Pacific Coast League.
Yeah, he sure was. He was establishing career highs in just about every offensive category. Hitting over 300 at 15 doubles, 18 home runs, and he hasn't stopped. Big game yesterday. And starting this ball game off with a single. I gotta believe he's probably going to get the green light here at 3-0.
Takes all the way, 3-1. And Tillman has allowed 4 hits. The home run breaks the tie. Bregman's 9th of the year. And Bregman also showing his versatility on this team. He was playing third base, and Correa goes on the DL, so he slides over to shortstop, and that one's right off the foot of Moran.
Slow him down a little bit here. Back-to-back cutters from Chris Tillman, and working hard in. Actually gets the back knee. Take a look. See that ball working in. It's over the top of it.
He had 18 home runs and 63 RBIs in 79 games in AAA. Moran must have said something funny. The trainer giggled. Ah, you're a funny guy. Try to laugh it off when it hurts.
Right. That's painful down there. Kind of expect it down off the feet, but boy, when it gets the higher it goes, the more painful it gets. You see him down around the knees. Yeah.
So from 3-0 to 3-2. And swept to Schoop. Moran retired. He's 1 out of 2 and 1 down. And of course, the Bregman home run. And talk about home runs this season, Mike. Yep, they're way up there again.
Yeah, well, Oriole Park, big numbers obviously for the Oriole team, but everybody kind of likes hitting here. You see second most with the home runs per game, the batting average third highest, 5th most runs per game, slugging percentage, and the team earned run average. Everything up. Yeah, it starts heating up here at Camden Yards. The ball starts to jump, becomes very hitter friendly. Beginning of the season, not so much, a little cooler. Very fair ballpark. Tough to get it out of here.
Strike taken by Marisnick. Marisnick flied out to Jones in center field, his first at bat. Tillman in search of his second win and trying to get the Orioles even in this series. The Birds right now are 4-4 through the first 8 games of the homestand. So the hope would be to get this game set up a rubber game, and then if you get that, you win 6 of the last 7 before heading out for a week.
They would love to have that opportunity. Have tomorrow be that deciding game. Huge confidence builder going on the road. Not going to be an easy road trip either.
Well, they have to go to Tampa, and the Rays are ahead of the Orioles in the standings, and then they go to Texas. Orioles just swept Texas, so they're not too thrilled about that, and Texas is also in the wild card race. And that's the dilemma at this time of year, with so many teams within proximity of each other in the standings. That is a foul ball. Just pulled foul.
Pretty quick bat right there. Goes to 3-1 count. He's looking to turn and burn. He gets a fastball in the inside corner, just missing. Potential extra bases down the third base line. Dangerous power as well. 11 home runs and career high.
Full count on Marisnick with 1 out, nobody on, a run in on the home run by Bregman. Fights it off.
That cutter coming up big. Just a little variation off the slider. Throws it a little bit harder. 89, 90 miles an hour. Just enough movement. And Astros having a hard time squaring that pitch up.
And he got him. Took a little bit off. And Marisnick swings through it, 2 away.
Eyes get big up there. Slider coming on in, but wanted at the top of the zone, but just enough movement up there. Set at 86 miles an hour, so it takes a couple miles an hour off. And fools Marisnick here. A big strikeout for Tillman.
And 2 down, and it turns the lineup over again, and here is Springer. He's a little angry at the moment. He has hit 2 blistering line drives, and he's 0 for 2. And his last at bat, Machado in a full dive to rob him of a base hit.
Impressive defensive play for Machado. So you know they're going to be ready on the left side of the infield. Both of them smoked over there. First they'd be a bullet right at Tejada. That sensational play by Machado.
Tillman has not yet walked a batter, although he did hit Bregman.
He has hit the backstop a couple times.
Misplaced breaking balls, it happens.
Yeah.
The Astros lead the majors in team batting at 290. And if you look at their month of July, they're batting .330 as a team in the month. It's unheard of. .330.
It sure is. My goodness.
Well, having him on your team helps. Having him on your team helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Two.
Boy, back leg of the 92 mile an hour fastball. Upper third of the zone. And they had hitting coach Dave Hudgens, who's obviously got this team headed in the right direction. There's Dave Hudgens. He was my first manager in pro ball.
Really?
Yeah, Medford, Oregon. And he never taught me how to hit .330. Heck.
That's his fault. Now we know. That's a good line, Mike.
I'll have to talk to him tomorrow about that.
I mean, as hard as it is to hit and hit consistently and hit consistently well, for a team to bat .330 over a month. I realize the All-Star break was in there, but still.
Yeah, well, you know, the Orioles have had glimpses of that. They've been pretty hot this month as well. A lot of players putting together some modest hitting streaks.
Wouldn't chase. That's a real good take there, 3-2.
Timmons had to come up with some big 3-2 pitches. He's made them. Good cutters on the outside corner. He can come up with a big one here.
And 2 outs and the bases empty with Altuve on deck. And he struck him out. He chased ball 4. So Tillman gets out of it. Astros get the run on the Bregman home run mid-5th. 1-0 Houston. Dick Wakefield became the first bonus baby. The Tigers gave him $52,000 and a new car. Of course they did. They're in the Motor City. And then in 1966, Mets left fielder Ron Swoboda, he found out he was a new daddy. The Dodger Stadium scoreboard relayed the message, "Congratulations, Ron Swoboda. Your new son is born tomorrow morning." Because he was born in the East and they were in Los Angeles and it wasn't tomorrow yet.
What a riot.
So Ron Swoboda found that out.
Oh, man.
Technology's a little different now.
Right.
So McHugh now has a 1-0 lead. Here's Seth Smith to lead off. Castillo and Tejada will follow. Smith hit by a pitch his first at bat, trying to extend that hitting streak to 6 in a row. Ball 2. McHugh has walked 1. He has hit 1. He's also allowed only 1 base hit. And he's retired the last 8 Orioles to bat.
Maybe not the command that he'd like to see tonight, but certainly mixing up the pitches, keeping the Orioles off balance, moving it around.
And Strom keeping a close eye on McHugh, is making his season debut. He was placed on the DL April the 2nd with a right elbow impingement. That's a pretty good take. That looked like a good pitch. 3-1.
Yeah, may have fooled him out there on the outside corner. Quite came back in. You see the 4th pitch, an inch or 2 off the edge.
And ball 4. There's a leadoff walk. And the Orioles down by a run with the leadoff man on in the 5th. Hey fans, remember, anytime the O's score 4 runs or more, you win free McDonald's Chicken McNuggets. Download McDonald's app today, available at Baltimore area McDonald's. Wellington Castillo now with a runner on.
Yeah, right by the lineup up. We talked about the bottom third of the lineup being so productive. It was a great opportunity. Nice walk by Smith. Castillo, 5-game hitting streak in this ball game.
Chopped to third. That is foul. Those have won 4 out of 5 as Smith gets back to first. Now 4-4 on the homestand and 7-10 in July. Still have a chance to turn it around and have a winning month. They had a winning month in April, but losing months in May and June. And they're at 4 below 500 as play began tonight. Really hit him.
He's losing a few of those fastballs inside. They're wanting it down and away. Another one that's pretty close to hitting the jersey.
Breaking ball bends in there for a strike 1 and 2. McHugh has a 6-decision winning streak going. He is 6-0 over his last 8 starts, dating back to last August 24th. There's a 1-0 lead here in the 5th. And he got him. Slow breaking ball. Castillo 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and 1 away.
He might not have the fastball command, but his breaking balls, he's putting them where he wants. His breaking ball, another one, staying in the strike zone until the very end, and then just, boy, her bottom dropping out of it. Castillo swinging over the top.
Ruben Tejada flied out to right, his first at bat. Ruben is hitting 2 in a row. Playing very shallow in the outfield, especially in right. You can see how close Springer is in right field. Marisnick shading in and towards the gap. And Reddick out there in left field. He's straight away. A lot of room down the left field line. And we've seen Tejada pull line drives that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's hooked a couple doubles down that left field line here in this home series.
Nice block by Gaddis, saved the wild pitch. Smith at first represents the tying run with 1 down in the 5th. Orioles trying to master Colin McHugh, who's allowed just 1 base hit. .30 years old, 6th big league season. Back standing. McHugh, a 13-game winner last year. 43 wins in his career. Center field that chases Marisnick. And he'll get there for the out. 2 down. And Smith back to first. But don't forget the Orioles take on the Oakland Athletics. It's a 3-game series, August 21st through the 23rd. And on Wednesday, August 23rd, that is Senior Day. Afternoon start at 3:05. And all fans 55 and over are eligible for a special ticket package featuring an Orioles Super Plush throw blanket. For tickets, Orioles.com/seniors or call 888-848-BIRD. Chris Stavinsky now getting loose. First start for Colin McHugh, so it looks like he maybe will be asked to go just 5 innings.
Yeah, McHugh topped out at 74 pitches. He was working his way back on rehab assignment. Actually threw 6 innings, but most pitches he threw 74. So yeah, they're going to be careful for sure as he works his way back to full strength.
And look what's back. Light rain. One and one, or excuse me, 2-0 on Jones. Adam is 0 for 2. He's popped to second and flied out to deep left field. Deep left field, and the O's are going to have the lead. Back it goes and gone for Adam Jones. The Orioles answer right back and take a 2-1 lead in the 5th.
Oh, what a swing by Adam Jones. He's been showing some pop on this homestand, but pop the other way. A couple home runs to right field. And finally gets himself in a good hitting count. 2-0 count. It's a fastball and doesn't miss it. What a swing by Jones.
So Jones gives the Orioles the lead, and he also gives our Maryland lottery contestant of the game, Rebel Rexroth of Edgewater Beach, another $500.
And here's the fastball. It's up in the middle of the plate. How about this swing? Short to it, long through it. And a classic pose up on the 2-run blast from Adam Jones.
Well, here's Manny. Line drive to right. That's a base hit. Right off the end of the bat. Looked like he was fooled by the swing, but he barreled it up.
He'll take that. He's hit some bullets at some people this year. He smile about that one. He's kind of blocking it over there to right field. Keep the pressure on McHugh.
And Brent Strom out for a chat. Martez getting loose. Mike Winters is the crew chief. Kaczynski, the home plate umpire, talked to a member of the grounds crew to see if maybe they want to put some drying agent on the mound, but he said not at the moment. It's the light rain. In fact, raining lighter than it was even a minute ago. So McHugh got the lead on the Bregman home run, but he gives it right back, and that leadoff walk, Mike, does come around to hurt him.
Yeah, bottom of the lineup helping out. And turning it over. Give it to Adam Jones at the top.
Scope, left field. That ball's got a chance, and that ball is gone! It's a 2-home run inning and a 4-1 Oriole lead. Jonathan Scope, they can't get him out. His 21st. And the O's explode in the 5th.
Well, they have been good at picking up the crooked number inning. They just explode on McHugh. Well, maybe he has got tired here. Getting up in the mid-70 pitch count. Couple home runs. Jonathan Scope, his 21st long ball of the season. The 2-run shot.
And another $500 for our Maryland lottery contestant of the game, Rebel Rexroth of Edgewater Beach.
Take a look at this Jonathan Scope home run. Elevated fastball. Another fastball that leaks back over the heart of the plate. Jonathan Scope doesn't miss it. Heel toe.
Johnny Giavotella likes it. So Jonathan Scope has chased Colin McHugh, and the Orioles in the 5th have a 4-1 lead.
Schoop doing the damage, attacking 4 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings. Now it's time for the Jiffy Lube pitching change. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. Well, Francis Martes out of the Astros bullpen. 9 games. This will be his 10th appearance. 2-0 with a pretty good earned run average. Power fastball, curveball, changeup mix. The opponent's hitting just 225. He can rush it up there mid to high 90s with the fastball. A good hard curve and occasional changeup.
Ball's behind Davis, 2-0. So Jonathan Schoop hits his 21st, a 2-run shot. He now has 5 consecutive multi-RBI games, 5 in a row. And he has an RBI in 6 straight games. That streak started with a measly 1 ribby.
Yeah, Jonathan Schoop is locked in.
Outside ball 3. Martes just 21 years old. Schoop chases McHugh, making his season debut. He had the Orioles under control for 4. Came apart on him in the 5th. Full count. Martes just made his big league debut, Mike, June 9th.
Well, they definitely like his arm. A big fastball. Change right there.
Strike 3 called. Davis thought he had ball 4. Instead, he's rung up by Machlinski. Now the Orioles get the lead. Lead-off walk. And after 2 retired, Adam Jones hit a monstrous home run. That made it 2-1. And then Jonathan Schoop delivered a 2-run shot. 4-1 O's through 5. Community hero is Ed Pfaff, a para-educator in the science department at Parkville High School, offensive line coach for Calvert Hall High School junior varsity football. For 20 years, he has helped young and older adults with developmental disabilities learn and appreciate the game of baseball and softball. Each summer, he guides over 40 participants to learn the sport by working on fundamentals through the Lutherville Timonium Recreation and Parks Council. We thank him for his dedication and enthusiasm in helping adults in developmental disabilities as they learn and appreciate the games of baseball and softball. And tonight we welcome 700 Challenger League participants as guests of the Orioles. And if you'd like to nominate someone for the Birdland Community Hero, Orioles.com/heroes. That is a wonderful program. There's a bouncer to third. Manning will backhand. And across to get Altuve, 1 away.
Nice play right there. Nice easy backhand. Of course, Manny Machado makes every play look pretty easy down there at the hot corner. An important put a 0 up here in the 6th inning. Home run hitters in the last inning. Adam Jones blast left field, jumping on a fastball, and Jonathan Schoop as well. And a fastball that leaked back over the middle of the plate. 21st home run of the year.
Josh Reddick is 0 for 2. He'll take ball 1. And with rain in the area, it'd be a good idea to have a couple of 3-up, 3-down innings.
Oh, yeah.
Tillman now with the lead.
Quick zeros would be nice.
Instead, 3-0 on Reddick after getting Altuve to bounce out. Taken all the way, 3-1.
Well, he's falling behind. He's gotten back into the count with that slider. Throw it a little bit firmer. Get it up around 88, 89 with the cutter.
Left center field, that's a gapper. Mancini running it down and bounces up into the stands for a ground rule double. Good piece of hitting there by Reddick going with the pitch. Fans, we invite you to text Masson's word of the day, which is crush, to 29292 for your chance to win a lunch with Adam Jones and a gift card to the Green Turtle. That is crush to 29292, brought to you by the Green Turtle. Watch every O's game with us, the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Hang local. And Reddick at second with 1 down. Each team has had just 1 opportunity with a runner in scoring position. And each team is 0 for 1. Trumbo in the first inning came up first and second, and he struck out. And then in the second inning, first and second for Marisnick, who flied out. So the light rain continues to fall. There's a lot of weather systems in the area. I guess it all depends on which way they head.
Yeah. Need a little bit more of a window right now.
Right on the corner. Gurriel does not agree. Well, it's 0-2.
Well, tough on the hitters. You talk about deception, this cross-body delivery. It makes it tough for a hitter to track that ball all the way across the plate.
Gurriel looked down, he saw Castillo move the glove, and then he heard strike. Come on, up. Again, a pitch overthrown outside. 1-2. By the way, that double by Reddick, it extends the Astros franchise record, and this is amazing. They've now hit a double in 54 consecutive games. Their old franchise record was 38, and they're now at 54. They are chasing down the 1996 Indians. They doubled in 75 consecutive games, almost half a season's worth of games.
Unbelievable.
The ball, 2 strikes on Gurriel, 1 down, and Reddick at second base. Line to right, that ball's trouble. Seth Smith, a long run, it's over his head, and it is in play off the scoreboard. And Gurriel goes to second base with an RBI double. So back-to-back doubles gets a run in, and that makes it 4-2. A.J. Hinch wants to look at the video to see if that may have gotten out over the scoreboard by the flag court.
Take a look up here.
Nope, it hit the padding.
Gurriel, 4 hits in last night's ball game, just targeting that outer third. Drives that ball over the scoreboard.
A.J. Hinch has asked for a challenge. From what we saw, I don't think he's going to win this challenge. So Mike Winters and Mark Wegner, the 2 senior umpires on this crew, will get on the headsets with New York. Looked like it hit at the bottom, or first it hit the pad, then it hit the fence. Evan Gattis trying to eavesdrop. This is a crew chief review, right? By the way, so if it is not overturned, the Astros will not be charged with a challenge. And of course, it's the difference in a run, and that's why A.J. Hinch requested it.
Oh, sure. Opportunity to push a couple across. Ariel talking about his recent successes at the plate. Big night last night.
And it's a home run. They change it. So it did get above the scoreboard. So that is a 2-run home run. It makes it a 1-run game.
Paint scraper to left in yesterday's ball game. Another one over there to right field.
And that'll bring Buck Showalter out to the mound. And we are going to get a pitching change. He just gave the signal. So Tillman will leave after 5 1/3. O'Day comes on in the 6th.
There to get Uriel. A good fastball away. Now strike him out, throw him out. Open the cause there. Another good slider. Get Gattis. Slider was on tonight. Seemed to be the go-to pitch. Fastball pretty good. 94-mile-an-hour cheese to get Springer. 5 1/3 innings. Astros scattering the 6 hits, but a 2-run shot from Uriel. His 2nd home run and 13th of the season runs Tillman. 3 earned runs on the board. Only 86 pitches thrown. And Tillman did have the 5 punch-outs. Darren O'Day now in. 36th appearance out of the O's pen. 409 earned run average. And the setback, couple stints on the DL. Arm wasn't feeling too good. That's why that ERA up, but he's been looking pretty sharp here in the month of July.
Evan Gattis first ball swinging, base hit to left field. All the runs in this game have been driven in by home runs. The Astros have a solo from Bregman and the 2-run shot from Gurriel off Tillman. And the Orioles have a pair of 2-run home runs by Jones and Scope off of McHugh, the Astros starter.
Good opportunity here for O'Day to work that sinker down at the bottom of the zone. The defense roll a double play ball.
And another base hit.
Put the sinker in there, but didn't really sink. Stayed up, belt high. Belt trying a good opportunity. Shoots it the other way. Impressive swing there from the veteran.
Well, there have been 4 hits in this inning by the Astros, and 3 have been opposite field hits. So they really have a very patient approach. So now the tying runs in scoring position. Go ahead run at first, and here's Bregman, who homered his first at bat, or last at bat, after he was hit by a pitch in the second inning. O'Day last pitched on Thursday, a scoreless inning against Texas. There's a strike. It is his 4th appearance of the homestand. He did allow a couple of runs in an inning against the Cubs last Sunday. A 2-run home run by Anthony Rizzo. Still Tillman's game to win. O'Day trying to get out of this inning and keep the Orioles in front. Check swing, and he went too far. Real good pitch. 0-2.
Beauty. A master of manipulating the break of his slider. And pushes that one just a little further on that outside corner.
Just missed. 1-2.
Why not? Check swung. Show it to him again. See if he'll bite. There's a lot of different ways he can get him now. Attack the top of the zone with that rising fastball. And stick with that slider as well.
Well, Bregman has only faced Tillman once. He is 0 for 1 against him. Wouldn't chase. 2-2.
Big pitch here for O'Day.
Just outside. Wow, that's a close pitch. Well, this really gives the Astros a big advantage because Gaddis is the lead runner, and as a catcher, he runs like a catcher. So to be able to get a head start on 3-2 with 2 down, Beltran will be right behind him at first. And strike 3 called. He paints the outside corner. So that is the second out in the inning and a big one.
Boy, what a pitch from O'Day. Working the outside corner with sliders consistently, excuse me, and then pulls that 2-seamer back on the outer edge. How about that movement from O'Day? What a pitch. Castillo kind of sucking it back in there. He hit the call.
It looked like it was a tad off the plate, but close enough. And a nice job by Castillo presenting. So Hinch elected not to put the runners in motion, even though Beltran was not being held. So they stay at first and second now with 2 men down. And here's Moran. Singled in the second, grounded out in the 5th.
Jeez. Oh. Oh, man.
Well, he really misread that pitch, swung at it, and it came up and hit him right in the face. That's unfortunate.
Ball takes off hard up and in, and boy, the foul balls aren't going the right way. Mr. Moran actually, geez, fouled it off and came up and caught him like on that left eye. Oh my. That's too bad. Yeah, he's not feeling too good. Oh.
Richie Bancells now will get to work on that.
It's a slider riding hard in there. Boy.
I'm not sure if it hit him flush. Did it hit the helmet first? No, maybe it did hit him flush.
Boy.
And what they'll do is the cart will come from right field down by the grounds crew area.
Boy, just called up. It's Correa going on the disabled list with the thumb injury. Yesterday picked up his first career home run and first career triple at the major league level. And a very unfortunate incident here.
And the trainers helping him as much as they can. And just a very unfortunate angle that it came up and hit him. Looked like right below the left eye.
Just the timing of everything. Slider working in, swing out in front, and just coming off the bat in the wrong spot. Oh man.
And they tried to get him to his feet, and you saw he was wobbly, so they sat him back down and asked for the cart. Third base coach Gary Pettis looking on anxiously. Looks like they're going to encourage him to lay down so he'll be more comfortable. But
yeah, I'm not feeling good.
Richie Bancells will stay with the medical crew of the Astros and the EMTs here at the ballpark. And Richie can escort them where they need to go. Of course, there are physicians here during the game. The Orioles team physicians are always here. So that's unfortunate.
It sure is.
Called up yesterday, had a real nice game last night. Base hit again today. So we hope it's not as serious as it looks at the moment.
Exactly.
Real nice job by the trainers. Teammates looking on, very concerned. And now, from the baseball side of this, you wonder how it affects O'Day, because he's been standing out there. And you know, he's I mean, it's obviously not his fault. It was a foul ball that just came up, but still he threw the pitch.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. Obviously, both sides very concerned. Boy.
So here's Marwin Gonzalez. He'll come off the bench and pinch hit and inherit a count of 0-1. Gonzalez started in left field last night and went 2 for 5. First and second and 2 down. O's up by a run. Tillman chased this inning after the 2-run home run by Gurriel. And O'Day allowed singles to the first 2 batters he faced before striking out Bregman. There goes the bat into the stands. And a foul ball. What else can happen this inning?
What's going on? All right, get the pitch. Get the pitch, Darren. Get out of this inning. Man.
Gonzalez feels bad because his bat flew into the stands, where the fans right there behind the Oriole dugouts have very good seats, but very close to the action. The 1-2 on Gonzalez. First and second and 2 down. Outside, 2-2.
Darren appears to have that outside corner. He's been working hard in and trying to get the back door with the slider there, but just losing the pitch. I've seen a number of breaking balls slip out of the hands of starters or pitchers in general.
2-2 with 2 on and 2 down. Time requested at the plate. Gonzalez felt their day was taking too long, so requested time so he could step out. It's a piece to stay alive.
Nice try. There's the Darren O'Day rising fastball up at the top of the zone. And Gonzalez must have been thinking about that pitch, because that one was well up and out of the strike zone. Somehow able to foul it off and keep this AB going.
Another 2-2 pitch to Marwin Gonzalez. Another foul ball.
Good fastball up and in, 89 miles an hour, riding through the top of the zone. Another good effort there by Gonzalez just to get a piece of it. Keep this AB going.
Heck of a battle here. Gonzalez having a hard time squaring up O'Day, but he's still up there. So 2-2 on the switch hitter Marwin Gonzalez. And again, he fouls it off to stay alive.
Good fastball, 90 miles an hour from O'Day. Good velocity. Marwin Gonzalez just had this night off. One of the hotter bats. Mr. Super Utility. He's played just about everywhere on the field for this Astros team.
And it helps that he's a switch hitter. The fact that he could play all over. They're going with a three-man bench at the moment because of his versatility. And again, time requested at the plate. It's been a very long top of the sixth. Tillman started it, was chased after the Gurriel home run. This will be the 8th pitch overall in this at bat. And he fights it off again.
They're needing a meeting of the minds here. Figure out how they are going to go about this. And Darren isn't afraid to waste a pitch to try to set up another in these type of situations. But fouling off some tough pitches at the top of the strike zone. And a little backdoor slider.
Gaddis and Beltran the runners. Gaddis at second, the tying run. Beltran at first, the go-ahead run. And this half inning is now 28 minutes long. With the pitching change, the long inning, and the injury delay. And here comes the 9th pitch in this at bat, 8th to Gonzalez. Deep right field, that ball's going to go, and the Astros are going to get the lead. A 3-run home run off the bench for Marwin Gonzalez. And it's 6-4 Houston. Four consecutive foul balls prolonging the at bat, and Gonzalez gets into one.
That was an impressive AB, fouling off some of the tougher pitches from Darren O'Day, picking up his 18th home run, a 3-run shot. The ball is flying, leaving Camden Yards, catching this slider out in front and doing it. 2-strike swing here. Wow. Up and over the flag court.
Yep, that's a Utah Street home run. And here is Marisnik now. All 3 of those runs charged to O'Day, so Tillman has just pitched to a no decision.
His 5th no decision in a row.
And that gets McHugh off the hook for a loss. Martez now the pitcher of record on the other side. So the Astros have 6 runs on 3 home runs, and the Orioles have 4 runs off 2 home runs. Darren O'Day, 2 singles and a home run in this inning. 1-2 on Jake Marisnik. That is the 4th home run allowed by Darren. Outside, 2-2.
Keep trying to work the top of that strike zone with the high fastball. Gonzalez over there explaining to Altuve what he did on that 3-run homer. Working the top of the zone here. Got to get some strikes.
And he got him. So that pitch moved. Marisnik down on strikes. That ends the inning. But a big inning for the Astros. Pair of home runs. Houston now on top. ROFO rewards card today at any Royal Farms to save on gas and to start earning free points for free stuff. And by American Standard Heating and Air, go to midatlanticcomfort.com for special offers and to find a dealer near you. Well, the Astros now in front 6-4 as the Orioles come up in the 6th. Gonzalez, who pinch hit and hit the 3-run home run, stays in the game at third base. And we hope that Colin Moran is okay.
Yeah, sure do. Tough break for that young man.
And Martez got the final out. He struck out Davis to end the 5th when he replaced McHugh. Goes to work on Trumbo here. Mancini's on deck, and then Smith. So the Orioles down by 2. Michael Givens now getting loose.
Well, they got 4 quick runs in the 5th inning. No reason why they can't do the same here in the 6th.
Well, crooked number innings. Most innings with at least 5 or more runs since the All-Star break. The Orioles tied with the Nationals for the most, and that's pretty significant. They had 7 of those innings prior to the All-Star break, tied for the fewest in all of Major League Baseball. So the bats have certainly come on since the break.
They sure have, and those are 5+ innings. Those are big crooked number innings. And that 3 times, and they just flipped up a 4 spot like it was nothing back in the 5th with a couple home runs from Jones and Jonathan Scope. So they can put some crooked numbers up in a hurry.
And Trumbo fell behind. Now the count even 2-2. Martez from the Dominican Republic. He's 21 years old. Ball 3. He was ranked the top prospect for the Astros, and here he is already in the bigs.
They aren't afraid to push their young players along.
And he gets Trumbo. He's faced 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, and 1 away in the Orioles 6th.
A firm slider here. Rush it up there 99 miles an hour, but decides to go with the breaking ball. How about the location? Starts on the outer third and just works off a couple inches to get Trumbo just out in front.
Well, Trumbo's 0 for 3. And Mancini swings through it. Treyas flied out to center field and bounced out the shortstop. Weak ground ball to second base. Altuve gets Mancini and 2 down. Well, fans, you can host your next group outing this summer right here at Oriole Park with discounted ticket prices for groups as small as 15 guests and party facilities to fit up to 1,000 fans. Oriole Park can make your group outing an experience you'll never forget. Plus, group leaders can earn a variety of incentives. To learn more, Orioles.com/groups. Nice crowd on hand here tonight, 32,000 plus. Orioles took the lead with a 4-run 5th, only to see the Astros score 5 in the top of the 6th. Seth Smith got that rally going in the 5th with a leadoff walk.
Change up right there, 92 miles an hour. And the big arms out of the bullpen like to throw the off-speed pitches. Better be ready to hit a slider if you're going to be facing the Astros. Everybody whipping in the slide ball.
Smith 2 plate appearances. He's been hit by a pitch and he's walked.
Actually started in the minor leagues. Made a couple starts here with the Astros as well. Because everything plays a little bit better when you're coming out of the bullpen.
Skipper A.J. Hinch looking on. And a good take, ball 3.
Yeah, just need base runners. That is the key. Walks, hit by pitches, singles. Won't work the same here in this situation. You're behind by a couple. Find ways to get on.
Ooh, borderline pitch. McHugh went 4 2/3, 4 runs on 4 hits, including the 2 home runs. And there's a walk. It's a real good at bat by Smith.
Sure was. Picks up his 2nd walk of the ball game. Really been seeing the ball well.
It's Castillo up, representing the tying run. Castillo's had a tough night. He's pretty happy McHugh's no longer in there. Fastball for a strike. 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts on the big breaking ball. Not that this guy's any easier to face.
Right. I'm sure he'll see a slider in this at-bat at some point.
Back-to-back fastballs, 0-2. Castillo trying to extend the hitting streak to 6 straight.
Two out lightning here. Talked about the bottom of this lineup. See if they can spark something.
Towards the middle, there's Altuve in the shift. And he'll get Castillo to end the inning. So the shift pays off that time for the Astros. 2 out, walk, a man left. We head to the 7th. Houston has the lead. And tomorrow, finale of 3 against the Astros. It'll be Dylan Bundy on the mound against Lance McCullers. Our coverage on Masson begins at 1 o'clock with those extra presented by Southwest, and game coverage at 1:30 on Masson and on WJZ. We've got all the access you need right here on Masson.
Now Dylan Bundy looking to follow up his last start where he flipped up a quality outing. And McCullers pitched very well against the Orioles in his career. 3 starts and 3 wins. Another solid season for the All-Star. 7 wins with that .328 earned run average. Michael Givens coming out of the Oriole bullpen. This will be his 42nd appearance out of the pen for the O's. 6 wins on the season, .205 earned run average. He's been getting better and better as this season rolls along. Opponents hitting just .191. 6 long balls, but boy, last 20 games pitching to a .72 earned run average. And first batters, not much luck, 179.
He'll get ahead of Springer, top of the lineup for the Astros here in the 7th. Altuve and Reddick will follow. Checks a swing, 1-1.
Gibbons been holding a good velocity all season long, up there in the high 90s. A solid slider that getting more and more control over.
Astros have a solo homer, a 2-run home run, and the 3-run home run that gave them the lead. Orioles have a pair of 2-run shots from Jones and Schoop. Real good slider there, 2-2.
Underwater hack. Springer a little bit in between.
Now 2-2 the count. Left field towards the line. Long run for Mancini, and he can't get there. It's in for a hit. Mancini was deep and towards the gap, and Springer hit it towards the line. So there's a bloop single after 2 line drives early in the game right at fielders, including Manny's diving stop.
A couple bullets, first couple ABs, and this fastball riding in hot. You see how far over Mancini's playing, kind of filling up that left center gap as well. What a nice job holding Springer to that single.
Here's Altuve. He has 1 out of 3 singled in the first, extending his hitting streak to 14 high. 14 in a row to tie his career high. Leadoff single for the Astros. And right at him at 97.
So Springer, first couple ABs lined out to shortstop. It was over 100 miles an hour. Then that about a 90, mid-90s line drive to Manny Machado. That base hit right there. Yeah, it's about 73 miles an hour off the bat.
Givens gets ahead of Altuve, 0-2.
They say they all even out, but I don't know about that.
Well, as a hitter, you want them all. He'll take that bloop every time, but he also wanted that line drive that Machado robbed him.
Right.
Givens last worked on Wednesday against Texas. Springer runs, swinging a foul back.
Nice pitch right there. Good slider down and away, threw it hard. Altuve was finding a way to extend the AB and spoil a nasty offering from Givens.
Scope is shading up the middle, but he's on the second base side. Springer doesn't go, and it's inside, 2-2.
Fastball got his attention. 98 miles an hour. Tough to pick up. Givens coming from the side.
Well, Michael's put together 6 consecutive scoreless appearances. Springer a leadoff single. He's at first. Castillo keeping an eye on him. Castillo's just a tick under 50% in catching base stealers. He's having an outstanding year behind the plate.
Quick snap throws here. Springer, of course, on the run with a couple pitches ago. Trying to keep him close.
And a swing and a miss. He gets a tough hitter Altuve on strikes.
I'll tell you, Altuve with the 2 strikes, maybe thinking with a couple of those pickoff attempts that Givens might want to be throwing a slider here. And get Springer back, but he cuts loose the cheese. 97 on the inside corner. Get Altuve.
You don't often see him strike out. That's only the 51st time this year. Here's Josh Reddick, 1 out of 2. It was Reddick that got the rally going in the 6th against Chris Tillman. He went the opposite way for a ground rule double, and then Gurriel followed with the home run. Orioles at the time led it 4-1. Springer runs, swinging a foul straight down at the plate.
Springer trying to get himself up there into scoring position. Only 4 stolen bases on the year. Hasn't run as much as he has in the past. And this guy potential 2020, maybe 30-30 guy if they cut him loose. But understanding the importance here, trying to get somebody out in scoring position, getting him in motion. But 2 attempts had to come back on foul balls.
So 0-2 on Reddick. Lays off. Well, the moves continue to be made. Tampa Bay has just acquired reliever Sergio Romo from the Dodgers. He had been designated for assignment. So Tampa Bay looking for a veteran who has a lot of postseason experience. And he will join Tampa Bay. And a base hit to right field for Reddick. Springer's thinking about going to third, puts on the brakes.
And trying to force that throw. Nice job by Seth Smith keeping it down. Well, the infielders can handle it. Springer turning on the jets. And forcing Smith to make that throw back into the infield. A lot of times you can force an errant throw. See the bullet hit. With Springer looking back. See him pick up the pace around the base, forcing Seth Smith to get it back in as quickly as possible.
It's 5 hits off the 2 Oriole relievers, O'Day and Givens. Gurriel 2-run home run his last at bat. Gurriel 33 years old now. Last year he made his major league debut right here at Camden Yards. That was on August 21st. And Cuba signed a 5-year contract with the Astros. And Givens gets him. 3-pitch strikeout, 2 down.
A couple good sliders on the outside corner. Then how about a hundo up and away? This ball take off. Oof. A nasty pitch from Givens. Cutting it loose. Oh, by ya.
So 2 Ks in the inning to go with the 2 singles. Here's Evan Gattis. Gattis was the first batter O'Day faced, and he singled into left field to get that rally going. Beltran also singled, and then after Colin Moran left after the foul ball hit him in the face, Marwin Gonzalez pinch hit for Moran and hit the 3-run home run to give the Astros the lead. Strike at the knees, 1-1.
Good heater there. Hard to get to that pitch. Definitely looking the outer third off Michael Givens.
Comes in off speed, floats in there. I'm not sure, even though they have the scouting reports, obviously, that a lot of the hitters remember that he now is throwing that changeup more.
Yeah.
It's a very effective sneaky pitch for him.
It sure is. This is more against the lefties, but boy, he's got good confidence in it right now. He can throw it to anybody.
And he popped them up. Manny's charging in. He'll take charge. And he has it for the out, and that will end the inning. So Givens works around a couple of singles. The 7th inning stretch is presented by the Hyundai Better Than Ever sales event. With the best total savings on select models in Hyundai's history, it's going on now at your Hyundai dealer. By 2, Jim Hunter with Mike Bordick in the booth. In a game of long balls, Orioles still very much in this game, but that Marwin Gonzalez 3-run home run big as it gave the Astros the lead.
Yeah, that one really hurt. You know, Tillman looked pretty good in this ball game, getting about the midway point. Darren O'Day, a big home run. It was a battle against Gonzalez, and Gonzalez wins that one with that 3-run shot. But you know, the Orioles have been hot. They've been real good late in ball games. They had a nice comeback in last night's ball game. And some of the hotter hitters coming up. Tejada to lead off this inning and turn it back over. And of course, Adam Jones, a big 2-run shot. and Jonathan Scope looming right behind him. So good opportunities yet to come for this Oriole offense.
And in this game, every run has been driven in by the long ball. The Orioles have two 2-run home runs, and the Astros a 3-run shot, a 2-run shot, and a solo. So the long ball very much a factor in this game.
Yeah, you need some guys on base, though. You know, you work that walk, pick up a base hit or something. So a bloop and a blast, the key, I think, for the Orioles to be successful in the rest of this ball game. So
we go to the top of the 8th. There's Donnie Hart getting loose. And Gibbons worked the top of the 7th. Moving to Tejada will lead off, the number 9 batter. And Adam Jones and Manny Machado. Tejada has been quite the table setter as of late.
Working the ball all around the field.
Two-time with the fastballs, Martez, who came on to get the final out of the 5th and still on, and no activity behind him. One and one on the pitch on the corner. Tejada has flied out twice, once to right, once to center.
See Marte's couple spot starts for the Astros.
Center field, Marisnik back on it, but he has a play. And one fly ball out for Tejada and one away.
Pretty good swing right there. But Marte's stretched out enough to where he can eat up some innings. Going out of the bullpen. Showing some pretty good stuff and composure here, just 21 years old.
Gregerson and Davinsky getting loose for the Astros. Here's Adam Jones, 2-run home run in the 5th, which at the time gave the Orioles a 2-1 lead. And here's our Lexus of Towson drive of the game.
Now what a swing from Adam Jones. Starting to get used to him driving balls to right field, but he gets the head out in front here. That 2-run shot off McHugh.
Hopped up to shallow right. There is Springer and 2 down. The Lexus of Towson drive of the game brought to you by Lexus of Towson, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer for 7 straight years. Come see why at lexusoftowson.com. Impressive relief outing so far by Francis Martez. He's faced 7 and retired 6. Only the 2-out walk to Seth Smith spoiling that. Here's Manny. Manny singled and scored in the 5th. He got on ahead of Scope.
A little block shot over to right field. The base hit.
The Astros bullpen this year has 11 blown saves. The bullpen ERA is 9th in the American League at 4.15. But Martez is helping straighten that out a little bit. Eight-man pen, 7 right-handers, and Tony Sipp, the lone left-hander. Two and two.
Right back into the count with a couple breaking balls. This is first 2 sliders. Keeps flipping them in there.
Two-time with the fastball for ball 3 at 99.
Pitching backwards.
Ryan Flaherty hanging out with Mark Trumbo on the bench. And Machado pops it up. Altuve is going to call. And he's got it. So a 3-up, 3-down inning. We will head to the 8th at Camden Yards. Astros with a 6-2 lead.
Watch every out-of-market regular season game live, plus get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Well, the Orioles going back to the bullpen. Going to pull Donnie Hart out in the 6-4 ball game here as they enter the top of the 8th inning. Take a look at Hart's numbers. 33rd appearance with 1 win. The O's bullpen, 2.76 earned run average with 24 punchouts, just the 9 walks in 29 1/3 innings of work. Opponent sitting 267. Both the lefties and righties about the same. 1 home run given up. Very effective from that sidearm slot. Of course, the cross-body delivery as well. He's looking to put a quick 0 up there and get this Oriole offense back in the batter's box.
Beltran will lead off. A switch hitter will bat right. Then Bregman, a right-handed batter, and Gonzalez, a switch hitter, will then bat right. So he'll face 3 consecutive right-handed batters. Beltran is 1 out of 3. And he had a hit off O'Day in the 6th. Getting on ahead of the home run by Gonzalez. Donnie last worked on Wednesday. He allowed a run in 2 innings of work against Texas on 4 hits. One and 1.
Looking that fastball in, really important for Donnie Hart to these right-handed hitters. Show he can throw it in there off the plate. Then, of course, paint that inside corner for strikes.
The run allowed to Texas. The first earned run he's allowed over his last 10 appearances. His last 13 innings, 2 runs, but only 1 earned for Donnie Hart. Bounce towards deep short. Tejada with a long throw and scoop by Davis.
Beautiful backhand play right there from Tejada. Deep in the hole, out on the grass, a few feet back there as well. And take a look as he sets up the backside. Perfect play there. And gets a good foundation. And Chris Davis ready to make the short hop pick. Beautiful play though from Tejada. No wasted movement. In a good position. Nice angle on the baseball. And boom, backside set up. Somehow fight to get some momentum going towards first base. And he does it the right way.
Here's Alex Bregman. Bregman homered a solo shot off Chris Tillman leading off in the 5th. He jumped on the first pitch. Michael Givens talking with Ubaldo on the bench. Outside, ball 2. Luke Gregerson getting loose. Their setup man. Three in a row he missed out there. And Bregman won't chase.
Yeah, trying to bring that slider in on that outside corner. Hart saw what happened with that inside fastball. Trying to stay away here, Bregman.
Strike at the knees, 3-1. Castillo telling Hart to shake him off. You see that?
Yeah.
Make the hitter think a little bit. Strike on the inside corner.
Take that one. Yeah, cutting all the way across the plate to pick up that inside corner.
Here's Marwin Gonzalez on deck. Bregman at the plate. Bouncer to third, Machado to his left. And 2 bounce outs. That's a good comeback there, falling behind 3-0 to get his man. Bregman bouncing out to Manny.
Yeah, he made some nice pitches. Come back from 3-0, using the defense behind him. A nice play from Manny, getting a good angle on the baseball. A couple quick ground ball outs.
Marwin Gonzalez came off the bench to pinch hit for Colin Moran, who had to leave the game. First pitch of his at bat in the 6th against Darren O'Day. He fouled it off his face and could not continue. Right below his left eye. And Gonzalez had a real tough at bat and eventually hit a 3-run home run. He fouled off about 4 straight pitches. And then finally got one. He was able to barrel up.
Yeah, he saw everything in the book. Darren O'Day made some real good pitches. And, just catching a slider out in front. Yeah, it was an impressive in bat for sure. Considering he didn't have a lot of prep time.
Right.
Sitting on the bench.
Strike on the inside corner. And Gonzalez, he didn't like the first one. He looked like that one even less. Talking to Mike Lachinsky, the home plate umpire.
How about those pitches right there? Just catching the inside corner. That's where you want to put them.
Misses outside with the breaking ball. Hart trying to keep this 2-run game. Orioles still have 2 cracks at it. Down 6-4. And 2-2.
Trying to get him to fish for that slider. Worked it away and then pulled one back in that inside corner.
All 3. So the opposite of the Bregman at bat. Fell behind 3-0, came back to get him. He was 0-2 on Marwin Gonzalez. Now the count full.
See that circle change grip. Sometimes pitchers get the grip that's the hardest one to adjust in the glove.
Line drive to right center field. That's a base hit. And that's going to get down and go to the wall. Adam Jones plays it back in, a 2-out double for Marwin Gonzalez, who off the bench has a 3-run home run and now a 2-out double.
It's one pitch elevated and doesn't miss it. 16th double of the year. Everything else down around the knees. This one stays up about belt high, and he hammers it to right center. But every other pitch down and in or well off the outside corner. One mistake, he makes him pay.
Here's Jake Marisnick, the number 9 batter. He is hitless. Struck out a couple of times tonight. Astros now have 12 base hits. They had 16 in the game last night. Marisnick has 1 at bat against Hart. He is 0 for 1. He's just missing out there, and you can't get him to chase.
See, just off that outside corner, back-to-back sliders.
And to Tejada that almost hit Gonzalez. And Ruben stayed with it. Very alert play there by Tejada. 1 out, double, 1 left, mid-8th, 6-4 Houston. Is presented by authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. 6-4 game. O's have 4 hits, but 2 of those hits 2-run home runs. 1 by Adam Jones, 1 by Jonathan Scope. And back to the bullpen goes A.J. Hinch.
Yeah, Luke Gregerson into the ballgame. This will be his 41st appearance. The Astros bullpen, 3.86 earned run average. He's had the 45 punch outs, holding opponents down to that 236 batting average. 7 home runs given up on the year by Gregerson. Primarily a 2-pitch pitcher, a power 2-seam fastball, and some good movement, and slider. Wouldn't you know it? Another slider ball pitcher. Saw the good numbers there with the first batter face, just the 143. Orioles got to get him elevated.
Jonathan Scope, a 2-run home run his last at bat. That gave the Orioles at the time a 4-1 lead. Astros now have the lead at 6-4. Well, Jonathan has a 5-game hitting streak. He's trying to make it 5 straight multi-hit games. 1 hit so far. He's already made it 5 consecutive multi-RBI games with the 2-run homer. And he has an RBI now in 6 consecutive games as he battles Gregerson.
Impressive run Jonathan Scope's been on. Seeing the ball very well. Has an understanding of what pitchers are trying to do to him. Take a look at Jonathan Schoop's home run. The fastball leaks back over the heart of the plate. Boy, he got to it. He knew it off the bat. 21st home run of the year for Jonathan Schoop.
He now has 69 RBIs. They're the hitting streak numbers. Updated.
14 RBIs in 5 games. Come on, Jonathan. That's impressive. And that's probably more impressive, that take right there. And that's what he's been so good at this year. His ability to lay off that pitch, a sign of maturity, obviously, and so many more repetitions at the major league level. Saw glimpses of it the last couple of seasons. But boy, he's been locked in his own strike zone. Haven't seen him chase as much this season.
Pops up the breaking ball. Gonzalez. One down in the Oriole eighth. 5 in a row retired by the Astros bullpen. There's Brad Brock getting loose to work in the top of the 9th. Eight of the 9 batters faced by the Astros bullpen, Martez and now Gregerson, have been retired. The last Oriole to reach was Schoop on his 2-run home run in the 5th. And a strike to Chris Davis on the inner part of the plate. Shift on as always against Chris. Gonzalez the only infielder on the left side.
Good dive action right there. That's his fastball, 2-seam fastball, 90 miles an hour, but good action at the bottom of the zone.
Ronnie Hart talking pitching. Evan Gosman. And he went too far. Tried to check. And he's called out by Mike Mchlinski, the home plate umpire, 2 down.
He sees it as a fastball coming in the middle of the plate. And a late break on the Gregerson slider. Gets the crusher to swing through it. Trying to hold up on the check swing. Bat head well out in front of the plate.
Here's Mark Trumbo. He is hitless on the night. Struck out a couple of times. Also flied out. And Gregerson gets ahead.
Trumbo a little in between right now. Seems like the pitches he picks to swing are the ones that are working off the edges. And the pitches he takes end up staying on the plate.
And Mark does have a couple of home runs on the homestand. And a strike. And again, in between there.
Yeah, good pitch painted on the outside corner.
Gregerson has been around. He's been in the major leagues since 2009 with San Diego. He's now 33. And a couple of years ago when the Astros went to the playoffs, he was their closer. Now he's their setup man. Strike 3 called at the knees. So Gregerson comes on, a 3-up, 3-down inning. We head to the 9th, 2-run game, Astros in front. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. 6-4 game as we head to the 9th. And Brad Brock will come on to try to keep it as is.
Now 42nd appearance out of the O's bullpen. 2.61 earned run average. 45 punch outs. Yeah. A lot of swing and miss pitches. All three potential swing and miss pitches from Brad Brock. One's down to just that 168 batting average. Pretty impressive numbers there. 5 home runs given up. First batter, a lot of problems. Only 135.
And here's George Springer again, his 5th at bat. Singled his last at bat. That was against Michael Gibbons, who was in the 7th. Inside 1-0. There's the closer Giles getting loose for the Astros. Went right at him at 96, swing and a miss.
Yeah, his fastball swing and miss because of the deception. The cross-body delivery, a 3/4 sidearm arm slot. There's the nasty change, and sliders are always tough to get to.
On the corner, Springer does not agree.
Dotting it up, down and away, 97 miles an hour. Borderline pitch, but that outside corner's been a little bit bigger this whole ball game.
Able to check in time, so 2-2. Brad has been on a roll. Last 21 games, he's allowed just 3 runs. And he's won 2 games in that stretch, and he saved 8 games in that stretch.
Yeah, he's a horse, and that's why his name's come up in recent trade talks.
It's another soft line drive off the bat of Springer, and it's in there to center field for a base hit. And a leadoff hit as the Astros look for an insurance run. Here's our Coons.com league leaders. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Well, most relief wins by teams. Astros have 20, so do the Blue Jays, and then the Orioles are second at 19. The Orioles pen 19 and 11. And the bullpen ERA is now 7th at 3.99. And here's Altuve. 1 out of 4.
Springer's shown that he'll steal bases. A couple attempts his last time on. A high stolen base count on the year. He's actually been caught more times than had success. 4 bags stolen and 5 times caught this season.
And against Brock, there have been just 2 attempts. 1 successful, and the Orioles caught the other. Another foul ball, 0-2.
You want to finish that slider, get it down on that outside corner. That one stayed in the middle of the plate, and Altuve, boy, walked away. How did I miss that pitch? I like to see those 2 strike mistakes. That one, center cut.
Center field, Adam Jones charging in on it. He's not going to get it. Tried to deke Springer. No one was covering second base.
What's the point of the deke if nobody's going to cover second base? Adam Jones got pretty good at this in his career. A soft liner, puts the glove up, and actually gets Springer to kind of take that false step back. But Tejada just kind of watching Jonathan Scope out there in the cutoff position.
So back-to-back singles, both softly hit. Here's Josh Reddick, who has a 2-for-4 night. Left center field, that chases Mancini, who makes a running catch. Nicely done by Trey in the gap.
Oh, didn't look like he got to that baseball as well as he did. It jumped off his bat about Reddick, and then ended up being a nice play by Mancini, pushing him to that gap. Nice running play. Look at the concentration there, and quickly sets back up and gets it back into the infield.
So the runners have to retreat. Springer back to second, Altuve back to first, and here's Yuli Gurriel.
Something here, good defensive play, something to spark this offense here. Last at bat.
Perfect pitch, right at the knees.
Maybe a couple good pitches from Brad Brock will do it. And the Orioles kind of quiet tonight, even though a couple home runs, only 4 hits on the board.
And the Astro pitching has struck out 8. Back 1-2 on Gurriel. So Musgrove has joined Giles. So if the Astros score a couple and it's no longer a save situation, you'd see Musgrove in the ninth. Brock trying to keep it as is at 6-4. Orioles have 3 more outs to work with. Castillo requesting time.
Some sweat down in the eyes.
A ball and 2 strikes on Yuli Gurriel. It was a 2-run home run in 4 trips. First Castillo requested time, then Brock stepped off. Gurriel saying, "Gonna play here?"
Yeah. Cat and mouse going.
Inside, backs him off the plate at 97. Gurriel has never faced Brad Brock. Runners at first and second and 1 down. Bounce towards the hole. Nice play by Manny. Drops the ball. He kept it in the infield to save a run, but in the exchange he dropped it. So the bases are loaded with 1 down.
Yeah, real nice play. Another like extendo reach. But then the transfer. He's bringing it down a little bit too low, down to the hip. He should have just taken it right across the chest where it started. You see the long glove swoop down to that right hip. Can't quite get the handle. The Astros threatening here with the bases loaded.
Manny charged with an error, his 10th of the year. Evan Gattis has had a 2-for-4 night, a couple of singles and a run scored. Brad Brock to try to induce a double play ball here. Gattis has bounced into 5 double plays on the year. Springer, Altuve, and Gurriel third to first. And Brock facing Evan Gattis. The O's in the bottom of the ninth have Mancini, Smith, and Castillo due up.
Good try there from Brad Brock with that power slider down and away. Let's see if he could make one more pitch with that double play ball you were talking about. Get out of this inning.
Well, here are the leaders in these situations, Mike. Runner at third and less than 2 outs.
Yeah, both teams real good. You see the Orioles there at that 55.1%. Astros just behind them.
Well, look at that, 200 chances.
Yeah, many more chances. Something we've talked about all year long with the runners in scoring position. The Orioles have been really good. Astros as well, but the opportunities much more plentiful for the Astros.
So Brock gets even 2-2, nowhere to put Gaddis. AJ Hinch, his team, they do a real good job working counts.
Offensively, they're just they're relentless.
Slice foul deep down the right side.
Foul off tough pitches, lay off some tough pitches, wait out mistakes.
And there's a base hit to left field for Evan Gaddis. 1 run is in, being held at third as Altuve. RBI single for Gaddis makes it a 3-run game.
The slider stays up there. And Gaddis punishes that baseball. Ball is smoked. Just the line drive. See the slider hovering up. Boy, he'll go down after that one. Oof. One bounce to Mancini. You got to put the brakes on Altuve with his good speed. He's hit so hard.
Gaddis picks up his 42nd RBI with his 3rd hit of the game. Houston with 15 base hits now. Still only 1 out. And Carlos Beltran will face Brock. And Castro beginning to get loose. Brad is now at 20 pitches. Popped up foul. That'll be back in the crowd, out of play.
Good to see Brad Brock's changeup here in this at bat. Get a lefty up there. An opportunity for a good swing and miss or a ground ball.
So the pitch is just off the corner. They just refuse to chase. Really good discipline there at the plate. Center field, Adam Jones in on it. Altuve's going to tag. Adam has it. Here comes Altuve. So it's a 2-run inning. And the Astros now lead it 8-4.
Could have done without those 2 runs for sure. Astros offense working it here in the 9th inning. Couple runs. Couple of the veterans coming through. Beltran, nice sac fly there. Changeup.
Here's Alex Bregman, the 7th Astro to bat here in the 9th inning. A rough night for the Orioles bullpen, charged with 5 earned runs. So now it's Musgrove up, no longer a save situation. So the day game tomorrow, A.J. Hinch will save his closer for Sunday. Sky to right, that's playable for Smith. And he puts it away in the inning ends, but the Astros get 2 huge insurance runs. We head to the bottom of the ninth. O's down by 4. Runs off Brad Brock, have an 8-4 lead as we head to the bottom of the ninth. And to see the competitiveness, Mike, of Brad Brock, he was not too happy.
Yeah, a lot of frustration obviously mounting for Brad Brock. Tough inning, couple runs there, or a couple runs on the board. There was an error in that inning. Yeah, you want to put up a 0, give this offense a chance. Now a little bit tougher. Gonna have to do it against Joe Musgrove. 15 starts, just recently moved to the bullpen. McHugh came off the disabled list. See the opponent batting average at 306. Roughed up a little bit. 16 home runs, had an earned run average up over 6 as a starter. But has 5 pitches. Pretty good fastball, and a good slider change combination, and the curveball as well. On occasion, you'll see the cut fastball work in there. Get that fastball to mid-90s. Like the rest of them, like to throw the slider.
Mancini will lead off. Orioles now trailing by 4. Smith and Castillo to follow. Musgrove had been in the rotation and now moved to the bullpen. 15 starts in his first relief appearance. Mancini slices it down the right field line, and it's foul. Slice back foul.
A good pass on the fastball away. Type of situation we talk all the time. You know, take what's given. Try to do too much with that pitch. Get a fastball in the outer third and drive it that way. He does, but just missing down that right field line.
One of the runs against Brock will be unearned because of the error by Machado, but the 2 runs still very big, makes a 2-run lead a 4-run lead in the 9th. It's a fastball by him. 2-2 on Trey Mancini.
Right there. That stuff's going to start playing up a little bit more. Bullpen time.
Ground ball slowly hit. Bregman, the shortstop, gets Mancini, one away.
Bregman, shortstop in college, #1 pick for Houston, so targeting the athletic players. Of course, third baseman for the Astros until Correa got hurt. Field that ground ball at short, get the first out.
Seth Smith has yet to put the ball in play, and he's been on base 3 times. Walked twice, hit by a pitch, and scored a run. Musgrove was drafted originally by the Blue Jays. He was a supplemental first-round pick back in 2011. Then he was part of a huge 10-player trade between the Astros and the Blue Jays. Jay Happ was the big player going back to Toronto, left-handed starter. Chopper towards first. Gurriel gets it to Musgrove, and 2 down. Orioles down to their final out.
It's a pretty good movement. A couple weak ground balls. Musgrove.
Nine in a row have been retired by the Astros bullpen. Now here's Castillo, who is 0 for 3, has struck out a couple of times. And a strike on the corner.
Needs to get a hit to keep this 5-game hitting streak going. Trying to make it 6.
Well, the Orioles have had 1 base runner since Scope hit the 2-run home run in the 5th. And that was the walk to Smith in the 6th inning. But 12 of the last 13 have been set down by Toronto, and all of that by the bullpen. Montez, Gregerson, and Musgrove. Strike 3 called. The ball game is over. And the Astros have won the first 2 games in this series. So the Orioles now tomorrow will look for a win to salvage the finale of the homestand and avoid a second sweep on this homestand. Well, we hope you can join us tomorrow as the O's wrap it up. The series finale against the Astros and the finale of the 10-game homestand. Dylan Bundy is on the mound. He'll go against right-hander Lance McCullers. Our coverage on MASN begins at 1 o'clock with O's Extra, presented by Southwest, and then game coverage at 1:30 on MASN and WJZ. Tonight's telecast, a MASN presentation. And now for Mike Bordick and our entire hardworking crew, Jim Hunter saying so long from Camden Yards. Once again, our final score, the Astros 8 and the Orioles 4. Tom and Rick, O's Extra comes your way right now.